Hi and welcome back to Bernama. Today you're with me, Jessie Chahal and Dhipa Palani. We move on to now some entertainment news.
Right.
And coming to us from the UK, The Raid. What's this all about, Dhipa?
The Raid, it sounds like an English film, but it was actually made in Indonesia. I'm so excited for this. Now, after being showcased at numerous movie festivals around the globe and filling out cinemas on its way, the award-winning Indonesian-made action movie, The Raid, has finally been released in the UK. I wonder what The Raid is all about. You know, it sounds like an action film, but at the same time it's made in Indonesia. It's such a, contrasting fact right now. I just cannot imagine it. So let's look at the image that can maybe help me out a little bit.
The crime flick takes place in a huge building in Jakarta that has become the headquarters of a mob of a dangerous gangster. It follows an elite task force of 20 police officers as they storm the premises in an attempt to arrest a ruthless crime lord. Unfortunately for them, the gangsters are one step ahead and trap them in the building. What ensues is a violent and bloody battle between the two sides.
It's been incredible. I mean, yes, the film is violent, but we kind of designed it in a way to kind of still be, I would say, it sounds terrible to say, but enjoyable. Because with the violence in it, it's there to kind of get a reaction, a visceral reaction and a vocal reaction from you, but then not to kind of disgust you either. So it's there to kind of, we have these moments where we hit someone really hard with something and then everyone in the audience goes, ooh, but then we cut away to something else. And that was kind of very conscious decision on our part. We wanted to have that. We wanted to take it up a level to a certain point, but not cross over a line and stuff like that. So we very rarely linger on the violence. It's just there for the reaction then.
The Raid is the second collaboration between Evans and local star Iko Uwais after their first action film, Merantau, launched in 2009. Both films highlight Indonesia's traditional martial arts, Pencak Silat, a fighting style which Evans came across almost by accident.
I was working in UK at the time, and my wife got me a directing gig doing a documentary in Indonesia. And that documentary was about Pencak Silat. And it was the first time I'd come to hear about Silat. I'd watched a lot of martial arts movies, seen a lot of Kung Fu and Muay Thai before, but never Silat.
It was during his documentary work that the young director met his leading man, Uwais.
He was the student of one of the masters that we were following. And when we were filming practice footage, me and my wife both noticed that he had a screen presence about him. As cheeseball as that sounds, he had this kind of strong screen presence. And so I nudged her a lot and said, look, we got to keep in touch with this guy. And so after the documentary was over, we offered him a role.
The Raid received rave reviews as it travelled the world on a film festival circuit, including appearances at Toronto, Sundance and South by Southwest. But how was the movie's success affected its stars?
Sampai sekarang sama sekali nggak ada perubahan, jadi mungkin hanya ada sedikit karena mungkin kalau di jalan biasa ada orang biasa kalau sebelum main film ada orang lihat ya biasa, sekarang kalau udah lihat lagi langsung mungkin lihat 2 kali lagi, jadinya orang oke, itu si yang main Merantau itu Iko. Dan ya sekarang tapi kalau untuk style kita biasa seperti ini aja, nggak ada berubah.
The movie has been so well received in fact that the Welshman is already working on a follow-up provisionally titled Berandal. The Raid, also known as The Raid Redemption, will be released in the UK on 18th of May.
Kudos for Indonesian superstars there. Now, Iko definitely did look convincing enough in his action role. It kind of reminded me a bit of Ong Bak, if you remember, not too long ago from Thailand, the action film.
That's right.
Yep.
I think it's nice that they have the blend, this fusion of the Asian so-called martial arts, which has always been very famous, very popular, and then to be coupled with the action-packed sequences from the Western world.
Western style.
Yeah. So that I think adds a good, nice flavor to it all.
It did. In fact, it did cause a lot of, well, it didn't cause anything, but it went up to all the way to UK, so that's why I was thinking Indonesians really know how to make their movie with a lot of passion.
Actually, yeah, you were right. A lot of Indonesian movies from the Philippines, from our neighboring countries, produce a lot of really interesting, good movies that are sometimes and most times relevant to the Malaysian audience as well, because of all our Asian values and whatnots, right? Our lifestyle.
Right, that's how they appeal to the market here.
That's right.
But moving on to the UK again, we're going to talk about the Queen for a bit. Now, not Queen the rock star, but you know, Queen as in Your Highness, Your Majesty, Your Highness, the Royals. Well, dozens of celebrities and hundreds of horses and performers gathered on last Sunday night to celebrate the 250 state and Commonwealth visit that UK monarch Queen Elizabeth II has made during her 60-year reign.
That's right. As we know, it is her jubilee year this year. So they're all on tour, the whole entire royal family actually. And here we have the Queen and her husband, Duke of Edinburgh, as they, you know,
celebrate.
So let's have a look.
The Queen, accompanied by her husband, the Duke of Edinburgh, attended the special Diamond Jubilee pageant at Windsor Castle, aimed to take the audience on a world tour of 90 minutes. British actress Dame Helen Mirren, Australian TV entertainer Rolf Harris, and British actor and comedian Sanjeev Bhaskar were among those who narrated the story of the Queen's voyages around the globe, while Susan Boyle and Joss Stone were some of the singers who entertained the crowd. Performers from around the world showcased their talents, among them the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, dole drummers and dancers, Mexican singers and dancers, the New South Wales Mounted Police, Cook Island dancers, and plus the Omani Mounted Activity Ride. The whole event will be broadcasted by ITV during the Jubilee celebrations in June.
Go. Sounds like a pretty nice party there.
Nice ensemble of people there.
Really good to see the you know, the uniformed mounted police come out, and beautiful horses as well, and some amazing talent there. Queen must be having a ball of a time.
And you know, it kind of takes you back to the time of the colonialism. You know, you have 250 states that belong to Commonwealth. That's a lot of history that went on Sunday night there.
Well, we'll move on now to Germany, and one movie that a lot of us have seen and probably also like is a movie called Men in Black. Now, of course, we say when Men in Black, you think Will Smith. So Smith talks about his family, the President of the United States, and also time travel in Berlin.
Well, Smith and Josh Brolin held a press conference at the Adlon Hotel in Berlin on Monday ahead of the German premiere of Men in Black 3. So I guess they have to explain to the German audience what Men in Black 3 was all about, as if you don't know already. So let's just have a look at this.
Both actors, as well as director Barry Sonnenfeld, were in good spirits and entertained the international press. Asked what he had done during his 4-year absence from movies, Will Smith told reporters that he's been taking care of family business, but is happy to be back on screen now.
I've been daddying and husbanding and family producing, and we did the Karate Kid and Willow's music, and Jada had a television show. So I've been sort of trying to play Mr. Magic Man with the family, but everybody's ready for Daddy to go back to work.
Smith also gives his opinion on U.S. President Barack Obama's recent endorsement of the same-sex marriage.
I will absolutely vote for Barack Obama, and I just think it was just hugely aggressive and, you know, brave for him to take that stand in an election year. You know, as far as I'm concerned, it really is at this point about semantics. You know, it's about just a word, and at the end of the day, it doesn't affect me what the semantics of the language are. I mean, it's hard enough to be in love.
The Men in Black films follows a secret agency of the government that keeps all aliens living on Earth in check so that they can live peacefully among humans without causing trouble. In the third movie, an alien kills Agent K, played by Tommy Lee Jones, thereby changing the course of history and putting the Earth in danger. Agent J, which is played by Smith, must now travel back in time to 1969 to save a young Agent K, played by Josh Brolin, and save the planet. Men in Black 3 is released in Malaysia on May 24th.
And there's an invasion coming. So really, we need to go right now. All right. Hey, man, how old are you?
Men in Black 3, there you go, from the days of Men in Black 1, then to the sequel, and now the third. I don't know what to expect, yes. But as Will Smith was saying, he said, you know, earlier when he was cut off, he said it's hard enough to be in love. So if anybody can find someone to love them and help them through this difficult thing that we call life, I support them in any shape or form. Of course, this comes in comment after President Obama is supporting same-sex unions.
Yeah, I think as Jesse was pointing out, he has a good point there. It's hard enough to be in love, but to find someone to go through this with you, to go through all the prejudice that still exists in this modern day and age, well, that's a good partner, and that's definitely a good union. That's right. What I think.
That's right. Of course, we're looking at it, you know, with maybe slightly rose-tinted glasses, looking at it more in a sort of idealistic manner. But what, at the end of the day, what really matters is humanity, I think, right? And if all this is, you know, heading towards more understanding and more peace, then absolutely, why not?
Yeah,
but at this point, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, if you have a problem with acne, we're going to talk a bit about that, as well as we have a contest for you for Dark Shadows, a brand new movie that's in the cinemas right now. If you want tickets, stay tuned. We'll be right back.